You feel it creeping in during quiet moments. That nagging worry that your life might just be average. Nothing special, no grand legacy. What if all your efforts lead to an ordinary existence? It pulls at you, doesn't it? This fear of blending into the crowd. It whispers that ordinary means worthless. But hold on. Why does this hit so hard? You push yourself relentlessly, skipping simple pleasures like a lazy afternoon walk, because they don't fit the image of someone destined for more. This anxiety shapes your days. It turns decisions into battles. Should you take that stable job or chase the risky dream? Relationships suffer too. You distance from friends who seem content with less. Their easy happiness feels like a threat. Your self-talk grows harsh. You're not enough if you're not exceptional. This isn't just random doubt. It's tied to a deeper pattern in how we form our sense of self. In psychology, this often stems from the fixed mindset concept from Carol Dweck's work in developmental psychology, where worth is tied to innate talent, not growth. You see yourself as either a star or a failure. No middle ground. It erodes your identity. Makes you question who you are without achievements. And it loops back, fueling more anxiety. But is this really a flaw? Or something your mind built to protect you? Let's think about that. You're not broken for feeling this. This fear of mediocrity is often an adaptation, born from environments that prized competition. Think of childhood in a high-pressure family or school, where praise came only for top grades or wins. Your brain learned to equate safety with standing out. It's a defense mechanism against the deeper fear of worthlessness. In evolutionary psychology, we see this as a survival strategy. Our ancestors needed to contribute uniquely to the tribe, to avoid being overlooked or cast out. So, exceptionalism becomes a shield. It guards against feeling insignificant. But over time, it backfires, robbing you of the joys in ordinary moments. Like savoring a home-cooked meal without guilt, because it doesn't align with that high-achiever identity. This isn't a defect. It's your mind's way of seeking security in a world that often measures worth by output. Now, let's uncover what's happening in your brain. This fear ties into the brain's reward system, specifically, the dopamine pathways in the mesolimbic system from neuroscience. Dopamine surges when you anticipate achievement. But ordinary life? It doesn't trigger the same hit. So, you chase highs from success, avoiding the flatline of routine. Imagine your brain as a garden. Exceptionalism is like over-fertilizing one plant. It grows tall, but starves the others. The mental model here is the identity fortress. Your self-worth is a castle built on pillars of achievement. But mediocrity feels like a crack in the foundation, threatening the whole structure. Cognitively, this is confirmation bias at work. From cognitive psychology, you notice evidence of your specialness. Ignore signs that ordinary can be fulfilling. The mechanism, early experiences wire neural pathways. In competitive settings, the amygdala flags average as danger, triggering anxiety to motivate you. Cause, conditioned response from past rewards. Mechanism, heightened cortisol when contemplating ordinary paths. Result, avoidance of simple joys, perpetuating self-sabotage. But what if you could rewire this gently? Let's explore how. First principle, notice the identity script. What to do, pause when the fear arises and label it. Say inwardly, this is my exceptionalism defense kicking in. Why it works. In cognitive behavioral psychology, labeling emotions activates the prefrontal cortex, dampening the amygdala's fear response, shifting from reactive to reflective mode. Real-life example, you're at a party, feeling restless because it's not productive. Label it, and suddenly you engage in a genuine conversation, finding unexpected joy. Second, embrace microordinariness. What to do: intentionally schedule one average activity daily. Like reading a novel without analyzing it. Why it works: this builds neuroplasticity through habituation. From behavioral psychology's exposure therapy principles. Repeated exposure reduces anxiety's grip. Rewiring the brain to associate ordinary with safety. Real-life example: you skipped the gym for a casual coffee with a friend. No agenda, just presence. Over time, it feels nourishing, not wasted. Third, redefine worth through values alignment. What to do: list core values beyond achievement. Like connection or curiosity. Then, rate daily actions against them. Why it works: in personality theory, this taps into self-determination theory. By Deci and Ryan. Fulfilling intrinsic needs like autonomy and relatedness. Boosting serotonin for stable well-being. Not dopamine's fleeting highs. Real-life example: you turn down a prestige project because it clashes with family time. And feel grounded, not lesser. Fourth, practice self-compassion meditation. What to do: spend 5 minutes daily acknowledging the fear kindly. Like, it's okay to fear this, many do. Why it works: neuroscience shows mindfulness thickens the insula. Enhancing emotional regulation. Reducing the self-criticism loop from perfectionism. Real-life example: after a mediocre workday. You sit quietly, offering yourself understanding. Sleep comes easier, without rumination. Fifth, seek evidence of ordinary fulfillment. What to do: journal stories of people thriving in simplicity. From books or observations. Why it works: this counters confirmation bias. Via cognitive restructuring in CBT. Broadening neural associations. Making ordinary a positive cue. Real-life example: you read about a teacher content with small impacts. It inspires you to appreciate your own quiet contributions. Without needing applause. Now, weave this together. Imagine your mind as a balanced ecosystem. Not a single towering tree, but a forest. Where exceptional moments coexist with ordinary roots. The identity fortress evolves. Becomes a welcoming home. With room for growth and rest. This isn't about abandoning ambition, but integrating it. So fear no longer sabotages. You've seen the pattern. Understood the brain's wiring. Applied steps to shift it. All grounded in how we think and feel. As you move forward, remember, ordinary isn't the enemy. It's the soil where true worth grows. Quietly, deeply. Let that linger. The freedom in embracing all of you.